Hello from Korea. Yo, what's up, Necro? How you doing, buddy? So one of the reasons that this game is gender lock is I think the skin on these is one of the biggest reason. They're able to create like fucking masterpiece for some of these because they don't have to do it for so many body types. They only do it for one class, one body type, and they can focus on all the detail. I didn't Sorceress Transmog. Sorry, wasn't here. I think Sorceress doesn't have it, sadly. I showed the Platinum Edition, but the shop didn't have any. I would have to go on the auction house. Apparently, you can access the auction house. I don't know where the Transmog are, though. I'm not high level enough. We'll try to go on another character later on and try to get access to the auction house. The giveaway is drawn at the end of the stream. The giveaway is drawn at the end of the stream. You don't need to be here when the giveaway is drawn. The reason I draw it at the end of the stream is because we might get more. So as you can see right now, we're level 7. We're on our way to level 7. If we complete level 10 today, there's going to be two $20 Steam gift cards. So we'll pick 2 winners. So that's why I wait until the end of the stream to see where we're at, and then I know how many cards I draw, how many winners. But you don't need to be here. You're going to be contacted via Twitch. I'm just going to whisper you on Twitch if you win. Automatically. You don't need to be here. But the more you watch the stream, the more Lux Bucks you earn. The more Lux Bucks you earn, the more ticket you can buy. The more ticket you can buy, the more chance you have at winning. We have to do a lot of raffles as well, so we're going to do those in the afternoon. Also, what we're gonna do is this the Artillerist class? It is, my good friend. It is. Let's go do the dungeon hard mode, because why not? Or should we do it normal mode? Just to, like, blast through everything? You don't need to do it on hard mode. I kind of want to do it normal, just to show you. Do you guys want to see the difference between normal and hard? In terms of, like, how mobs die faster on normal? Or do you guys want to see it hard mode? It's not super tough, especially with the buff we have on the Russian server. You know? I want to see hard. All right, let's see. Hard mode then. We did hard mode earlier. We're going to do like a normal mode later. Just to show you. Thank you for all the new follows, by the way. 168 brand new followers. You're absolutely insane. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Every single one of you. You guys are absolutely crazy. Thank you for all the love today. I love that every time I say thank you for the follow, like 10 more people follow. You guys are crazy. You guys are crazy. Yeah, we're making a new Artillerist. So my goal today was to actually do a... My goal today was actually to do like some... My goal today was actually to do some Lost Ark content. So what I'm doing right now is we're doing a bunch of content that I'm probably going to convert into video for YouTube. So we're probably going to have this segment where we look at transmog for YouTube. We're probably going to have this. We're going to have the leveling session as well for YouTube. Oh my God. 2 brand new Prime sub. Tiny Toe Beans. Thank you for the Prime. And Icom Honor. Thank you. Oh my God. I just said your name out loud. Oh my God. I just got baited by the easiest bait on Twitch ever. But thank you for the Prime sub, though. That was worth it. I can't believe I got... I've been streaming for fucking 3 years now, and I just got caught. I just got jebaited by... For fuck's sake. Runic Wolf, thank you for the 5 months. See what? See, chat, this is why I have trust issues. See, chat, this is why I got trust issues. And some of the, like, these 2 ability do 0 damage. I hate them. You want to get rid of them as soon as possible. They kind of suck. So auto attack with Machinist is like, you do like 1, 2, 3, which you can cancel. Like, literally, if I click once. See, like it automatically, and you can't stop that, right? This is your auto attack, right? But if you hold, it starts going a lot faster at the end. So there's like 3 phases. There's like slow, medium, and then super fast at the end if you hold down. But it does very little damage. You rarely want to use auto attack. It's very cooldown based. You're much better like using your cooldown. And like running around than actually like auto attacking in between. Yo, side effects with the 450 BDs triggering the hype train. Thank you so much for that. Really appreciate it. And also Rage. Thank you for the 2 months. Welcome back, my good friend. Welcome back to the club. Oops. Should probably have moved out of that. It's crazy, GS Wars, right? The love is insane today. Thank you for all the love, chat. You guys are awesome. You caved and bought the platinum pack? Let's go, dude. I think you're I don't think you're gonna be disappointed. I honestly think I don't see a lot of people getting into this game and not enjoying it, honestly. Like, it's so good. Thank you everybody for the gifted, the new followers, the bits. Thank you for everything. You guys have been so nice today. Thank you for all the love. Hope to see you guys around during the launch of the game. We're gonna have a good time. B-May wasn't here, so I clipped the easy bait. Oh my goodness. Somebody clipped that shit. You know what the worst part is I even made a TikTok about exactly that. I even made it. B-May deleted. B-May is always here. He's just lurking in the shadows. I mean, he's always here. Only on Saturday and Sunday, though. Thank you, Noemo Glibbin, for the gifted sub. That is very nice of you. Thank you so much, my good friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, everybody. So I have a full guide. If you guys want to play the Russian server in the meantime to try out classes, I have a full guide. If you do exclamation mark play now, you have a full guide on the steps to follow in order to play this, to play the Russian server. If you guys want to try out some classes and shit. This is one of my favorite class. This is, I mean, it is my favorite class. Nothing beats this class for me, man. So good. So fucking good. Hey, Dr. Shaborgo. How you doing, buddy? I'm doing fantastic, man. We're getting a lot of good time on Lost Ark today. A lot of love in the chat. A lot of love in the chat. A lot of hype. The hype is definitely, is palpable the right word? Yeah. I think it is. Definitely can feel the hype, man. It is. You can feel everybody getting excited about this game. Everybody's craving to watch some content about this and see some. It's absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Hopefully we'll see some of you guys during the launch of the game. I'm gonna have a lot of cool events, a lot of cool giveaways for you guys. We're gonna have a lot of cool shit when we're gonna launch, when the game is gonna launch. I don't even use the 2 ability, honestly. Like, I'm probably gonna go like this, throw that, and then leave. Sure. Thank you for the hype train. You guys are great. There we go. Easy. Does it not feel really slow versus other class in terms of APN? Oh, totally. It's super slow, but it's methodical. That's what I love about this class. Instead of spamming, I mean, there's not a lot of the class that spam in this game. There's very, 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 very little class that spam into this game. We're gonna put damage on good abilities. So the good abilities, where you want to put points in, is gonna be flamethrower, napalm, howitzer, Gatling gun, and then rocket barrage. Buckshot is not bad, but you know, I prefer the other ability. I mean, at this point, you can pretty much go with those. So this class is insanely slow, right? It's literally like the definition of a cannon. It's literally a cannon. It takes time to load in your bullet in there, but when you shot, man, it's a lot of damage. You know, it's very methodical class. You got to know where the boss is going to be. You got to know where the units are going to be. You got to predict patterns and movement, because it takes time for your thing to hit. But when they hit, you can feel it, man. And that's something that feels very, very good. It's a one-man cannon, exactly. A Manon. What is your opinion on tier 3 release? I don't have a lot of opinion about that because I'm not super knowledgeable when it comes to endgame content. I've done very little endgame content. I could say I've done no endgame content. I've only done I've done like some form of raiding and guardian and shit, but not necessarily the latest one. So I don't really know. Apparently I heard it's actually a good thing, because one thing that made the game so popular is when they started introducing those 8-man raid in the tier 3. So from what I understand, one of the best content the game has to offer is currently available in the tier 3. So that's probably why they have this that is probably one of the main reasons they chose to do this, right? I would say. There is no damage over time classes. Some class have like fire damage over time. Pretty much every class has a way to transform some ability into fire damage that will apply some fire damage over time, but there's very little of these. There's no class that is thematically based around damage over time, but a lot of people are asking for it, so it might be something we're going to see in the future. There's definitely a lot of voice and opinion about that, because this game doesn't have any overtime damage over time class. Sorry, I'm drinking a lot today. I've been talking a lot. Want to make sure I stay been answering a lot of questions today. And you link the guide to the Russian server. Sure, !play now. Also, if you do !guide, you will have access to a list, a compilation of all of the most important guides and resources out there. So if you do guide, I made a compilation of some of the best guides out there and some of the best resources out there that are going to be really, really nice for you guys to check out for the release of the game. It includes tools like interactive map, things to make your build, like talent calculator, database, some FAQ from Saint One. A lot of the really, really good content creator out there that creates amazing, amazing resources. So we did a small compilation of all of those tools. I think Datmods did something very similar as well, which is where I took the inspiration. He has like a little compilation in a Word document, in a Google Doc. I just decided to make it like nice and clean on my website, and added some resources and cleaned up some things. And so pretty much you get access to all of these. That's pretty cool. Are you going to play on the EU server, or are you going to stick with the Russian one? I'm going to play on NA. I'm Canadian. So I'm from Canada. So I'm going to be playing on the East North American server. I'm going to be playing on Regulus, actually. Stream is turning into a job interview with all the question. It's one thing that I love about streaming. It's answering question. Although in the past few days, I've had to take breaks because actually the hype for Lost Ark is causing a massive influx of player and a lot of question. And I'm actually been damaging my vocal cords. I'm not even joking. But I mean, I've been doing so many streams per day. Like I've been streaming like 10 to 12 hours for the past couple of months. So this is just catching back to me now with all the questions I've been getting. I've been stressing a lot my vocal cords, so I've been talking a lot. And it's my throat actually hurts. It's been hurting a lot this week. I took a day off. Been trying to take some lozenges. Ideally, I would have to take like 2-3 days off, but I don't want to do that, obviously. So I'm just taking lozenges and drinking a lot of water. You gotta grind, dude. You gotta do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? I think most Lost Ark stream at this point are literally giant Q&A. People have a lot of question. What's your greatest weakness? Where do you see yourself in 10 years? Name 3 personal reference and give their credential. Honey helps with that too. Yeah, I've been trying to drink a lot of tea. I have some throat coat tea. I've been trying to get a lot of lozenges. A lot of water. A lot of water. Tea, honey, and ginger? Yeah. Definitely. With all these questions, you're probably going to take a day off or 2. So, I'm taking a day off Sunday the 6th. We might do, like, even 2 days off before we go hard. Or I might take off Saturday and Sunday. We'll see. We'll figure it out. I don't know. But I'm taking a day off guarantee here. And then we're going to go hard. I'm going hard 8, 9, 10, 11 probably. I would love... One of my goal right now is to do a subathon for this week. I would love to do a subathon for this week. So, like, try to stream, do a couple day, do a couple of cool stuff with you guys. I have a lot of dumb shit that I... Can you offer to this company? What can you offer to this company? Oh, you're talking about the interview. The question for job interviews are so fucking weird sometimes. Who has ever been honest to the question of your biggest weakness? Your biggest flaw / weakness? I feel like everybody says the same shit. Oh, I'm too perfectionist. Bro. Everybody says that. Oh, I'm just too perfectionist. That's my flaw, man. That's my #1 flaw. Not the fact that I can't stop myself from eating the 12 fucking donut I ordered last night. I have absolutely no self-restraint. I have a hard time going to bed. I play video games until 3 a.m. And sometimes I'm going to get in at work and I'm going to be super fucking tired. You're not really going to know why. That's because I played some fucking stupid video game until 3 a.m. Also, I'm a bit lazy, but you know what? My biggest flaw, I would say I'm too perfectionist. I try to make things too perfect. I'm sorry. That's my flaw. Have you tried to sail? Yeah, I've done a little bit of sailing. I'm watching too much porn at work. Oh, that's a bad flaw, actually. I'm just too good at this job. You know, that's my flaw. I'm just too good. I mean, you have to lie at that question. You literally have to lie. Otherwise, any flaw you say is literally going to be a reason for them to not hire you. If you tell them that you're lazy, that you work slow, or that you get distracted easily, or like if you're honest about any of those things, they're going to be like, yeah, no, fuck this guy. You just have to lie. You have to literally like just vomit lies. It's just, you just have to go like, yeah, I'm too good. Sometimes I'm too good, that I take too much time to make the work that you asked me to do too perfect. I'm sorry. Why do you want to work for this company? Bitch, I need money. And I love you guys. You guys are awesome. But I need to pay rent. Motherfucker. I hate stupid question like this one. Why do you want to work for us? Well, you see, you have this thing called money. I hate the how much money you want question and the one with the where do you see yourself in 5 years. I used to hate the how much money you want question. I used to hate that one. But then I was able to kind of find like a value at some point. And I at some point I was able to identify that if you actually ask for a salary and you seem confident about it, some company seems to really, really like that shit. And they're most likely going to give it to you, especially if you have credential to back it up. So I would, after a while, like at first I was really like, hey, whatever you want, you know what I'm saying? Like I'll work for Pop-Tarts. And then at some point you just go in and you're like, yeah, I want X amount of money. And they're like, we can offer you that. Yeah, but you know, like X other place, they give me that amount of money. So like, it's like, you know, like, yeah, you know, and they usually go like, oh, okay, well, we'll give it to you, you know. I mean, if you have the credential, obviously, if you have no fucking clue what you're doing, they're probably not gonna do it. But Headshot, how you doing, buddy? Good evening. Can you make the interface English? Yeah, the interface is the interface is in English. I'm using a English patch right now for it. All the steps are in the guide on how to play now. I'm very passionate about not starving to death. Exactly. What is your hobby? I told you, not starving to death, so I overeat. Thanks, Lux. No problem. 9 days. Why would you want to work for this company? You tell me you work here? Oh, shit. It's the same thing with sponsorship now. I used to like pretty much after a while when you get comfortable with sponsorship, you can more comfortably like ask for a certain amount. You're like, hey, this is what I usually go for like whatever you're asking me to do. This is usually how much I charge. And I mean, you're like good companies that are worth working with are gonna understand what you're asking of them, and they're gonna understand the market as well. But some companies just expect you to work for free. I'm not gonna name the company. Because I don't want to start shit. But I've actually received like some weird offers, like where company pretty much like they're pretty much offering you to work for free for them. And then when you explain to them that you do this, you know, like you know, like most of the time these kind of sponsorship like require a form of payment, right? They go like, oh, but yeah, we were giving you that for free. And you're like, yeah, but that's not payment, bro. Like, what? Why does this beeping sound from mob targeting you? Like cashier scanning. Oh, it's because the quest. It's not the mobs. It's the quest completing. Whenever you complete an objective, it does beep beep. Whenever it's a little bit annoying, but I mean it's not a big deal. It has nothing to do with the mob. It's like when you kill the mob. When you kill the mob, it does the little pling from completing, or when you loot an item as well. Work to get your name out there. It's free advertising. Yeah, there's company that try to do that as well. A lot of company with like product sponsorship. I think this happens like a little bit too much. Like companies that try to get you with like just affiliate marketing. Like, hey, we're gonna sponsor you. If you talk about our product, we'll give you 10% back of your sales. Like then you're not getting sponsored. You're just a sell. You just become like a sell representative for them pretty much. You know, you're not. You know. You're not really. You're not. You just become like you just work for free pretty much. You're just making like an income based on your sell, but like it's not You know, like it's, yeah, it's not, you know, like 5 to 10% of cells. It's not going to get you anywhere. Let me tell you that. Yeah, there's absolutely no risk on the company. Like, hey, if you generate cell, would give you money. Yeah, but like they have to pay for the visibility as well. That's what a lot of companies don't understand. I mean, they do understand it, but you know, there's so many streamers that there's so many people trying to do something on Twitch and trying to make it and trying to have fun, and that a lot of time people get kind of taken advantage of because they don't pay for the visibility of their product, right? They like visibility as a value in itself. Even if you don't make any sales, the fact that you're talking and showcasing their product, that has a value. Even if it doesn't immediately lead to a sell. Because they might talk about it, they might show somebody, or they might buy in a year when they think about it again in a year, you know? It's not because you don't generate a sell immediately that you're not generating the company money. So you shouldn't only get paid for generating sells. You should get paid for... I don't know why I transitioned into this talk. we're slowly transitioning into streamer tips instead of Lost Ark tips, but you know, whatever. Why not? Why not talk about it? But I mean, sometimes it's a good thing to just get in there. Like I never, you know, I don't want to tell people to never get those type of deals, but just know that you can get more usually for the visibility. You know? How's the throat feeling? We were answering a lot of questions this morning. I mean, it's feeling okay right now with all the water drinking and lozenges. I'm feeling great. Feeling okay. Feeling okay, man. Feeling okay. It's not back 100% though, but you know. It is a waste of time to do them on hard mode. I mean, it's not 100% a waste of time because you need to do them for the completion stuff if you want to. I'm doing them on hard mode because people kind of like to see what it looks like on a hard mode. Also, it's more fun, you know, like you don't one-shot everything. You gotta, you know. But it is a waste of time, 100%. Especially for just completing the quest purposes. It is 100% a waste of time. You can disable the flash, yes. You can disable the flash, yes. When you start the game, you get a... oh, shit, I'm stuck here. When you start the game, it asks you if you want to... configure some stuff, and one of them is mentioning the flash. This is the default state of the game, though, but... you can totally disable it, though. Oh, that's actually a pretty good tip. I love pineapple as well. I love them on pizza. Shit, we're gonna start another debate, aren't we? Yeah, so you can disable the flash. I just don't know where it is in the option. Probably visual perception, color blindness mode, color intensity, light. Oh, there we go. Light sensitivity mode. Let's see what the difference is. I couldn't see if the mobs were still flashing or if that was my Gatling gun. I don't think it made much of a difference. I don't know if that's the setting or not. I think that's for something else. But I know the setting is there at the launch of the game. Like when you boot the game for the first time, it shows you like a big boss flashing and one that isn't, and then you can choose which one you want. I just don't know exactly where that option is, but you can change it. It's probably a gameplay thing, probably. I bought this game yesterday, super excited to play it. It's gonna be great. There's no debate. Oh no? What is the appropriate answer then? And it's like these abilities are useless because your other ability just one-shot everything. So you might as well just like fucking wait, you know? Obviously, you're gonna get more ability later on, but And you said the scroll loot counter on the side. No, that's like one of the biggest complaint I've seen. That's one of the biggest complaint I've seen is people wanting to move the loot. I really, really wish the loot scroller could be moved, but it's not able to be moved. But they're probably gonna enable that at some point in a later patch, maybe. Maybe they're gonna, because the more this game get exposed to people, so like this used to be like, I mean, there's a ton of player playing this game, but it used to be a little bit niche because it wasn't global, right? Like, I feel like not a lot of people know about this game, and because not a lot of people know about this game, it's not exposed to as many people, and it's not getting as much feedback as it could. But I feel like that's something they probably have been mentioning a lot over the times. But I feel like coming to NAEU and being a global launch, I feel like it might get exposed to even more people. And that's going to be even more feedback for things like changing the loot window location and shit like that. Hopefully it does result to that. That would be really, really great, because they seem to be really, really, really good about listening to feedback and making changes. Like, they've been doing such a good job with this game so far. There's definitely a couple things that the game could improve on. But it's like, you know. I bought a Founders Pack. Nice. Which one? No, there's no DPS meter. The only DPS meter that exists, the only two format of DPS meter that exists are going to be when you go in that training room that allows you to test against target dummies. Then you're going to get a personal DPS meter. That way you're going to be able to test and see how much damage you're doing in an opener, for example. And also when you do raids and Guardian and shit, you get an MVP screen. But the MVP screen is not all about DPS. You can get an MVP by healing as well, or like shielding people, or like destroying their bar, their CC bar or whatever, right? So there's a lot of way to get MVP, but there is a criteria in the MVP for dead. I'm dead. Holy shit. I'm talking too much and I'm not paying attention. There is an MVP section for most damage dealt, but you don't see anything mid-fight. It's just like a little widget after the fight to like stroke your E-pen a little bit if you want to, but nobody really cares about it. Shit, I rolled the wrong direction. Well, that's awkward. If you get caught in one of these, you're a little bit fucked, sadly, but you know, whatever. So yeah, MVP is there. It's pretty cool, but it's not like nobody cares really. That is a very quick ability. The best thing you can do is literally just keep moving. But because I'm talking too much, I'm not doing that enough. But one of the best thing you can do is literally just stay in movement. Like, you use an ability and then you bait out one of his ability. It takes a little bit longer to complete the fight, but it's one of the safest way to do it, right? So you want to bait out as many ability as possible. So you do an ability, then you wait and see what he does. If he's not doing anything, then you can go ahead and attack. Right, you just want to wait a little bit, see what he does, roll around, adapt to what he's doing. You know, that's usually how most encounters are gonna go. But if you just mindlessly spam your button, you're gonna get hit by everything, which is exactly what was happening at the start of the fight. I was getting hit a lot, but if you're more patient and you wait for abilities, you can dodge them a little bit easier. This game really rewards not spamming shit, right? It's all about like managing your cooldown and knowing when to place them and knowing how to deal with those things. I hate that potion only go in a certain hotbar. Yeah, I mean, but what does it matter where it goes on the hotbar? You can change all the keybinds, right? The UI is made in a certain way. This is a free hotbar. So there's the F1 potion, which you can change the keybind. It doesn't have to be F1, but it goes there. Then you have the rest of the hotbar, which is for your mounts, for your emotes, for your shit like that. And because the reason it's locked on a place in your hotbar, it's because it has a program cycle in there. So as you can see, I have small healing potion and I have common healing potion. If I get rid of my small healing potion, so right now, as you can see, I'm using the small healing potion. But if I delete my small healing potion, it automatically gets replaced with common healing potion. That means it's gonna funnel through all of your potion, no matter the rank. As soon as you empty the other rank, it's gonna keep going with the other potion, which is why they needed it to be in a specific slot, because that slot is programmed to do this, right? which is really, really cool. So that's why it has its custom unique spot. It's so that it has this sort of behavior that automatically fills in with your latest potion, right? That's why it does this. When you're done with a dungeon, you can do Song of Escape, or you can just do /s. Oops. You have to hit enter first, but I don't have my chat open, right? When you have your chat open, you can just do /escape. I think it's actually leave in the other version. I think it takes a while to work too. I think it pretty much, yeah, it does the same thing as playing this song pretty much. There's no DPS meter in this game, no. The only DPS meter, like I said, is in the training room, in the dummy room. You can have access to one if you want to go test out your damage. And also, you have a MVP panel in the after boss. All right. Be nice to have I mean, it's always nice to have customizable UI. Maybe it's going to happen at some point, right? You guys have 30 seconds to enter the raffle. And then it's going to close out automatically. So make sure Mark join if you want to earn some extra Lux boxes. Make sure you guys also enter in the Steam gift card giveaway. We currently have one of those available. All right. Yeah, Blaster is one of my favorite class to play and level. I would level this class like 10 times. I don't give a shit. It's so much fun. It's definitely the playstyle for me. For sure. Definitely has been my favorite playstyle in all the classes that I've played. But I love Sork as well. Sork is nice. So much AoE. Really fun. Berserker is fun as well. Shadowhunter is fun as well. I'm not so much into martial artists. Like, martial artists haven't been... So this is your stun. It's pretty nice, but we're not going to go there. We're going to put one in flamethrower. Martial artist is nice. It's just not my style. The raffle is over, chat. There's no more join. It's already closed. It's already over. The winner is over. But we're going to do more raffle later on, though. We're going to do more raffle later on. Don't worry. But this one is over. If you want to get in the giveaway, though, you have to click the link in the chat to participate into the giveaway. Zerker, Striker, Gunlancer will be my first choice. Nice. Has everybody chosen their class? Are some of you still undecided? I would love to know, are you undecided? Have you chosen your main? Have you chosen your alts? Where is everybody standing when it comes to picking your class? I'm leaning to Bard or Paladin. Berserker, Bard, Berserker. Nice. It didn't show us who won the raffle. It did. It's right there. I see all the name. Krebis, Eagle Code, Michigan, Zerlon. It's right there in chat. I want to do an assassin class. Nice. Gunlancer, Sword, undecided. Oh, shit. Deadblade until Lancer comes out. Still 0 Lugs bucks. Are you sure you're checking at the right place, sir? So what I feel like you're doing is you're checking under the widget. That's how many you've bought. The Lux bucks aren't under the widget. They're on the panel on the left when you log in with Twitch. I think that's what's going on. You're just not checking in the right place. Would anyone be kind enough to explain to me what the point of Lost Ark is? What I mean by that is the reward reason for playing through dungeon beside the story completion. So there is different type of dungeon. There is different type of dungeon. There is story dungeon, which you're going to experience as you play through the game for story reason. And then later on, you're going to get a lot of other types of dungeon. You're going to get Chaos Dungeon. You're going to get Abyss Dungeon. Those are going to be handcrafted story in endgame. They have their own story, but they have their own reason to do them for loots as well. So, for example, Chaos Dungeon doesn't have any story, or it probably has a story reason why it exists. But the reason why you're going to do them is mostly because of the reward they drop. The Abyss Dungeon have their own story plot as well, but those are going to be more for endgame content. So there's leveling dungeon and endgame dungeon. Obviously, endgame dungeon are going to be mostly done for loot. It's going to be for gear and for item that will drop to upgrade your gear. Right? I want to play the Magician. Is she good? The Sork is amazing. Really, really good. Really fun to play. Really cool visual. Fucking packs a punch. She's amazing. Sork has been one of my favorite classes. As you can see, I'm pretty much skipping every yellow quest. I'm only doing the orange one. But later on, you're going to see there's a type of yellow quest that you want to do. I think the PvP in this game is one of the best PvP I've played in a long time. How does the fluidity in combat feels in this game? It's one of the best combat system you've ever fucking played. It's amazing. It's super nice. Super nice. Once you understand how the system works and everything, and how the combat works, and you get used to it, it's really, really good. It's just the combat is so good that you're going to want to play every class. That's how good it is, in my opinion. I think the combat is just so good that you're going to want to play every single class out there because you're going to want to see how other class feels. And every time you're going to play a new class, you're going to be like, what the fuck? You know, like, it's going to be completely different. It's going to be crazy. Side quests give gold. They give silver. Not gold, but silver is kind of useless a little bit. I mean, it's not useless, but you're going to be swimming in silver. The gold is what's really, really valuable. Endgame content and, like, later on, those are going to give you gold. But leveling quests like this is not going to give you gold, from what I understand, at least. So this game is exactly like any other vertical progression MMO. This is a theme park MMO, which means it's gonna obey the same rules as pretty much like WoW, Final Fantasy, all of those things. You get better gear that allows you to do higher content, but it's also different in a way because the content actually stays relevant for a little bit longer. Like in World of Warcraft, you're usually not gonna do the old raid, right? Like if Sanctum of Domination came out, you're not gonna do Castle of Mathria, most likely. You're going to do a different variant of the latest dungeon always to try to gear up to that point, right? But in this game, you can actually do older tier of content, especially if you're a little bit behind, right? Let's say the game comes out and you only start playing in a month. You're not going to go automatically to tier 3. You're going to have to go through tier 1, tier 2 in order to kind of gear up, right? All the content stays kind of relevant. Of course, at some point, the content is going to become a little bit irrelevant, right? So after like 2-3 years of the game being out, tier 1 is something that pretty much nobody does. It's still in the game, but nobody really does it. There might be some new player every once in a while that join in and do it, but most of the time, people are going to find other way to gear and other things to do because not as many people are going to want to do tier 1. They're going to try to progress as fast as possible, get through the game to get to the latest tier. But as you're going to be experiencing the game with everybody else, when the game launch, we're going to have access to 3 tier. Everybody's going to progress at their rate, but everybody's going to be doing tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. You just want to go through all of them, and you're going to end up doing pretty much all of that content. The goal of getting better gear is literally just to get access to the next tier. That's all. The theme park kind of hamster wheel grind. That's what it is. You get better gear to go do harder content and clear further content. That's all there is to it. That's all there is to it. It's not going to affect your PvP. It's not going to affect anything else. It's literally just a gear grind to get into the next step. I did eat ramen for a whole month, and I could say it's not a pleasant experience. I mean, it depends what you do with your ramen. You know what I'm saying? Lux, I'm still on the fence about this game because of the isometric camera view. In 4 words, convince me to pre-order the game. Okay. Answer me this question. You know what? Give me a second. I'm gonna convince you to play this game without even using words. All right. Also, you don't need to. First of all, just to make something clear, you do not need to pre-order this game. You can play for free. By the way, you can literally play for free. But if you don't get the pre-order, you're never going to be able to get it. So it's a little bit of a, like fear of missing out a little bit, but it is what it is. So I'm going to convince you without saying a single word. Okay. Best game ever. Best game ever. I got a point. I know I do. Enough said. I mean, there's nothing else to it. There's nothing else. There's nothing else. This game looks fucking badass and it plays well. You know? The isometric fits the gameplay. Like, don't see the isometric camera point of view as a flaw. See it as something that actually makes the game better. This game is made to be played this way. It's handcrafted so that this kind of experience feels really, really good. You're gonna get used to it. You're gonna get used to it, don't worry. But it's like, it's handcrafted to feel good with this game. Like, this game, I wouldn't see this game played any other way than an isometric view. Like, it just makes sense for the combat. It makes sense for the way that you do your abilities. It makes so much fucking sense. The point and click just work. It's like you wouldn't play League of Legends with WASD. Like, that would feel like shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would fucking hate that. You know, it doesn't work. Like, the game is crafted to play an isometric view. You know, like, it's just, the combat flows well in that way, because everything you do is based on your mouse. So your mouse is already going in the way. Yeah, you cannot go WASD. It is click to move. Wait, you don't play LoL with WASD? Damn. I meant to move, obviously, not for abilities. You know? Question. If I don't like high raids with crazy mechanic, I didn't like Final Fantasy XIV raid, hate Guild Wars 2 dodging puzzle, is there a place for me in this game then? I love content like Chaos Dungeon, but it's only a couple of them a day. I mean, you only get rewards for them a couple days a day, but you can still do them for fun. You can also explore islands, so there's a lot of that. There's a lot of cool dungeons as well that don't have as crazy mechanics as raid. So you can do dungeons. You can do also Guardian bosses, which are really, really fun. They're pretty low on mechanic, but you got to watch out for them. There's like, usually the Guardian boss, from what I've seen, they can be deadly, don't get me wrong, but they're not quite as mechanically challenging as endgame raid bosses. You know, it's not gonna fucking flash and explode everywhere. They're usually more straightforward, especially the earlier tier, but they can be quite deadly as well. But they're not gonna be like some of the hardest content out there, right? So those are fun. The Abyss dungeon, I think, were fun. I think the PvP is fun if you like PvP as well. I think the PvP in this game is one of the most fun aspect of the game. Yeah, and then you got Chaos Dungeon. Like I said, you got endgame content as well. There's zones where you got to do like dailies and like quests in there that are pretty cool. There's definitely a lot of content. Also, including the fact that you're going to be playing for free. There's no sub fee, right? So you can try the game at no risk, literally no risk, and see if it's for you, right? Obviously, the risk is investing time and then not seeing a return on that time. Like, that's the only risk. The only risk you get with this game is if you invest a couple of hours to level your character. Like, and also, like, the leveling is really, really quick. We're not talking here about some vanilla WoW fucking leveling experience over here. Like, you're gonna be able to do it in like a couple of days if you play a couple of hours a day. You know, like some player are gonna do it in one day. You can do it in 10 to 12 hours. Like speedrunner do it in 10 to 12. Really, really good people are gonna be doing it in 16 to 20 hours for 1 to 50, right? So casual players, maybe you're going to do it in a little bit more than 20 hours. That's not a lot to get to max level and be able to try out all the end content or most of the end content. And then you're going to be able to figure out, hey, do I want to risk putting 20 hours into a game that I might not like the end content? That's for you to decide. But I think there's a lot of thing for you to do. As a WoW PvPer, I'm stoked about PvP having equal gear scaling from the get-go. A game that respects, just let me play the game. A winner in my book. Yeah. I mean, it's not even gear. You could literally unequip your gear when you go in PvP, right? Like, when you go in PvP in this game, you could literally go naked from what I understand. It's like, literally like a stat sheet that you put your stats in. And then those stats are what makes your character in PvP, pretty much. From what I understand. You could literally unequip your gear and go naked. I don't even know if you can unequip your gear in this game, though. But you need weapon? Okay, you probably need your weapon to use abilities, though. But yeah. It's the same thing, though, you know? People hated PvP scaling, and why? Why did they remove it? The problem is... I think one of the main reasons is... I think one of the main reason is because it wasn't flawless in WoW. It was like not complete. It wasn't like a perfect gear scaling. It had a little bit of item level boost. It wasn't like it was still scaling, right? This is 100% normalized. This is 100% normalized. Whatever your item level, everybody's normalized. There's not like, oh, if you're a little bit higher item level, like the WoW version was like weird. Sorry, the WoW version was weird because like item level was affecting it. You could use different type. If you didn't have gem, like it was weird as fuck. There was a lot of mistake and flaws in it. Also, I think the PvP in WoW is not as good as this in terms of rated content. Like WoW doesn't have solo queue, which means I don't think it appeals to as many people. Yeah, that's just my opinion though. There's definitely improvements that can be done to WoW PvP. WoW PvP is good though. Like, I mean, the arena scene is like, a lot of people are fucking blasting in that game, right? I personally never, I always had a hard time getting into WoW PvP because of the lack of solo queue. Like pretty much the only game that I play PvP are games that have a solo queue system. Like this game, like League of Legends or MOBAs, or like any kind of lobby game where you can just queue and have fun. You know, when you just, you know, like, I mean, obviously there's like a lot of love-hate relationship with like games like League, but like community aside, right? Remove the community aspect of it or whatever people have against the game, right? If you think about it, like it's the exact game that, you know, when you just want to chill one night and do like some quick random game without having to put too much effort, like you like that's the type of game people usually go for. Because they can just log in, queue real quick, and then have like immediate fun out of it, right? You can have like an immediate like reward out of it, right? It's like and by reward I mean fun, right? It's just fun. You don't do it because you're grinding something, you're doing it because you just want to do PvP, right? The same reason that most people that play MOBAs, or like even if you do like lobby FPS game like Valorant or Counter-Strike, right? I don't know whatever the fuck people play these days, but like, you know what I'm saying, right? Like Apex and shit like that, right? You just play because you want to play, right? You just play because you want to engage in the content. Well, that's the same thing with this game, and you can do it solo queue, which is fucking great. You don't have to find teammate. You just queue, you get matched with other people, and then you get to do PvP. You get to already start playing the game. You don't have to sit into like looking for group feature for 10 hours trying to find somebody that's gonna leave you in like you know 2 hours because you lost one game, you know. Do you think it's worth using an MMO mouse for it? I love it, especially for the potions, but you don't need to. You don't need to because like I think the main reason is most people, what they're going to do is their ability is going to be QWERASDF. Then these potion can be 1, 2, 3, 4 if you want. Because 1, 2, 3, 4 isn't bound to anything in here at least. So you can do 1, 2, 3, 4 for these. And then these you can do whatever the fuck you want. These are not really needed, right? But I personally put these on my scimitar. Because I like keeping my hands on my keybind and not having to move up for my action bar for like the potions and shit. That's kind of nice. I just do it with my thumb, which is really quick. I generally want to start this game, but I'm looking mostly in game economy, gathering, crafting, no PvP and other stuff. Is this game suitable for me? Yeah, there's a lot of, oh yeah, the economy in this game. Like the most powerful resources in this game is gold. The most powerful tool in this game is the auction house. There is a massive economy and things to be done, but you are not able to endlessly gather. You cannot do this like you can do in Final Fantasy or WoW, where you can fly around and endlessly farm material because there is a maximum amount of energy you can expel. So you're gonna have to find something else to do, because if you're just in for the gathering, then you're gonna expel your gathering energy, and then you're not gonna be able to gather anymore. So that reduces the number of bots and shit and stuff like that. I don't know if the energy is account wide or if it's per character. But yeah, there's a really good economy. Obviously, like I said, like gold is one of the strongest resources in this game. It allows you to pretty much get everything. You can buy everything with gold. Gold buys everything. So gold does buy everything. So yeah. Gold is like the best resources. One of the best way to generate gold is actually to have multiple characters and have those characters do multiple content. Like do all of your dungeons, all of your dailies, all of your stuff on multiple characters and farm all that gold into it. But the activities are fun, right? It's not like mindless activities. Oh, there we go. So we got our first chain quest here. This is the logo I was talking to you guys about. This thing here, you want to do these because at the end of them, they usually give you this type of reward. So for example, this is going to give me 5 of my main stat if I complete this quest. So it's kind of worth it. It's not a lot, 5 stats, but it's still 5 stats. That's permanent on that character. But you want to do those. Those are the only yellow quests you want to do. And I think the first you encounter is actually this one. And then it's like a chain icon here. This is what you want to do. You want to do these. And then you can see the story progress. It tells you how many quests you're going to have to do. So I'm going to have to do 1, 2, 3, and then I'll get like a... So yeah, definitely if you want to do farming and gathering and crafting, this game has a lot of that. Like there's a player housing, there's a lot of gold to be made from a lot of different things. I think you're gonna have a good time. I think. Oh shit, I don't think I'm gonna get it. You gotta be shitting me, right? The mob respawn a little bit fast sometimes. I'm gonna play this class on release. I'm gonna play this class on release. How trustworthy is RU server? I mean, everybody plays on it. I don't think there's any issues. Also, you're using a VPN to connect to it, so